After analyzing 30 years of reliability data, repair costs, and owner experiences, 3 Porsche models will financially destroy you, but 4 others represent the pinnacle of automotive engineering that reward ownership for decades. In this video, we will talk about 7 models that define the extremes of German engineering. Each model description covers 250 words explaining why some vehicles earn legendary status, while others create financial nightmares that leave owners stranded with repair bills exceeding their car's value. Starting with the 3 models to avoid. Number 3, the 996.1 Generation 911, a study in developmental compromise. The 996 Generation 911, produced from 1998 to 2004, represents the most controversial vehicle in the nameplate's history. While it saved the company from bankruptcy by introducing shared components with the Boxster, those cost-saving measures resulted in catastrophic long-term mechanical risks. The 996.1 utilized the 3.4-liter M96 engine with an integrated dry sump lubrication system that made it vulnerable to oil starvation during sustained high G cornering. Unlike previous air-cooled models with external oil tanks, this design created reliability vulnerabilities. The most severe liability is the intermediate shaft bearing failure. The M96 engine used a sealed ball bearing packed with internal grease and protected by rubber seals. Over time, these seals harden and fail, allowing engine oil to wash away the grease without providing sufficient pressurized lubrication. When this bearing disintegrates, the intermediate shaft loses alignment, causing cam timing to jump and immediate interference between pistons and valves. The resulting repair typically involves complete engine replacement, costing between $20,000 and $40,000. Statistical data from class action litigation highlighted a failure rate of approximately 8% to 10% for the single row bearing used from 2000 to 2005. Failure rates for these single row bearing models outside warranty are suspected to be significantly higher. Complementing the IMS issue is cylinder bore scoring. The 996 engines utilized Lokasil coating, where silicon particles are cast into aluminum blocks. Heat cycles cause the interface between silicon particles and aluminum matrix to degrade, leading to vertical gouges on cylinder walls. Beyond mechanical concerns, the 996 is criticized for fried egg headlights shared with the contemporary Boxster. This cost-saving decision was heavily reviled by owners who felt their premium vehicle was visually indistinguishable from a car costing half as much. Number 2, the first-generation Cayenne, the financial risk of complex SUVs. Introduced in 2002, the Cayenne was a radical departure for the brand, developed alongside the Volkswagen Touareg. While it was an engineering marvel that could outperform many sports cars while retaining genuine off-road capability, the early V8-powered models earned reputations as maintenance nightmares. The 955S Turbo and Turbo S utilized the 4.5-liter V8 engine producing between 335 and 514 horsepower. While the turbo models were exceptionally fast for the era, they introduced higher levels of heat and stress into already fragile cooling systems. The most prominent failure involves plastic coolant pipes located in the engine's valley, beneath the intake manifold. These pipes were made of composite plastic material incapable of withstanding extreme heat cycles inherent in high-performance V8 engines. When these pipes fracture, they dump massive amounts of coolant directly into the engine's center, often damaging the starter motor and causing the engine to overheat and warp. The company faced extensive class action settlements involving nearly 42,000 U.S. owners of 2003 to 2006 models. Owners were forced to pay between $1,500 and $3,600 for update kits that replaced plastic components with aluminum pipes. For modern buyers, purchasing a 955 that hasn't had this aluminum upgrade is considered a critical error. A secondary but equally devastating issue is body drain failure. When front sunroof and fender drains become clogged with debris, water pools, and overflows into cabin footwells. Because the main wiring harness, engine control unit, and transmission control module are located under front seats, this flooding results in extensive electrical corrosion. Often, the cost of replacing the wiring harness and submerged modules exceeds the vehicle's current market value, effectively totaling it. The 955 models were also early adopters of complex air suspension systems, prone to leaks and compressor failures around 60,000 to 80,000 miles. Number 1, the 924, the stigma of compromise. Released in 1976 as a replacement for the 914, the 924 is historically significant as the first front-engine water-cooled model. However, its origins as a joint venture with Volkswagen led to an identity crisis that continues to haunt its reputation among collectors and enthusiasts. The 924's primary detraction is its 2-liter inline-4 engine sourced from the Audi 100. In its initial North American configuration, it produced only 95 horsepower, considered inadequate even by 1970s standards, and entirely unacceptable for a vehicle bearing the company crest. The maintenance realities of the Cage-atronic system create additional ownership challenges. The Bosch continuous injection system relies on precise fuel pressure and complex distributors to function properly. If a 924 sits for more than a few months, old fuel can gum up the fuel distributor and warm-up regulator. These repairs often cost more than the engine's value. Furthermore, many interior parts and specific engine components for early 924 models are no longer available from the manufacturer, forcing owners to scour salvage yards or pay exorbitant prices for new old stock components. For enthusiasts, the 924 represented a betrayal of air-cooled tradition. While it handled remarkably well due to its 50-50 weight distribution, the sluggish performance and Volkswagen-derived switchgear led many to view it as a brand vehicle in name only. Consequently, values remained flat for decades, and many examples were neglected or abused, making the search for clean, reliable examples exceptionally difficult in the modern era. The 924 demonstrates how cost-cutting and badge engineering can damage brand perception for generations. Now, for the 4 best models to own. Number 4, the 997.2. Generation 911, the modern gold standard. The 997 Generation 911 is often cited as the best used choice, and specifically, the 997.2 from 2009 to 2012 represents the peak of modern evolution. It successfully married classic design language with an entirely new, bulletproof engine architecture that addressed every major vulnerability of the previous decade. The most significant change was introduction of the MA1 engine. This unit was a clean sheet design utilizing direct fuel injection and, crucially, eliminating the intermediate shaft entirely. By driving camshafts directly from the crankshaft, engineers removed the single greatest failure point of modern water-cooled models. The MA1 engine featured 40% fewer parts than the outgoing M97, leading to lighter, more efficient, and significantly more reliable power plants. The base Carrera produced 345 horsepower, while the Carrera S delivered 385 horsepower, both with exceptional reliability records. The 997.2 marked debut of the 7-speed PDK dual-clutch transmission, providing lightning-fast shifts without the lethargy of previous Tiptronic automatics. More importantly for enthusiasts, the 997.2 was the last generation to feature traditional hydraulic power steering. The tactile feedback provided by this system is often described as telepathic, communicating road surface nuances in ways that electric racks of later generations cannot fully emulate. This mechanical connection represents the final link to analog driving experiences. Because the 997.2 was produced in relatively small numbers due to the 2008 global financial crisis, it has become one of the most sought-after modern examples. It retains compact, analog feel while offering modern amenities like the first touchscreen PCM system with Bluetooth connectivity. From a reliability perspective, 997.2 models frequently reach high mileage with only standard maintenance, making them exceptionally safe investments for both driving pleasure and value retention. Number 3. The 993 Generation 911, the air-cooled Apex. For many purists, the 993 from 1994 to 1998 is the definitive 911. As the final air-cooled generation, it represents the absolute limit of what engineers could achieve with a cooling philosophy dating back to the VW Beetle. The 993 was the first to feature a 6-speed manual transmission as standard, allowing closer gear ratios and more engaging driving experiences. Under the engine lid, the 3.6-liter M64 engine was refined with hydraulic valve lifters, finally eliminating the need for periodic valve adjustments. In 1996, the company introduced the Vari-O-Ram induction system. This patented system utilized sliding sleeves to vary intake runner length based on engine RPM, increasing horsepower from 272 to 285 and improving torque delivery across the rev range. The 993 also introduced the Weissach axle, a multi-link rear suspension design with alloy subframe. This advanced geometry virtually eliminated the tendency for lift-off oversteer, a characteristic of previous models where lifting the throttle mid-corner would cause the heavy rear engine to swing out. The 993 is widely regarded as the most robust air-cooled car ever built. The engine is overbuilt with gear-driven intermediate shafts, no plastic coolant pipes to crack, and no direct injection to cause carbon buildup. Routine maintenance involves little more than oil changes with high zinc oil. Many 993s are still daily driven with original bottom ends reaching 300,000 to 500,000 miles. As the last of its kind, the 993 has seen explosive value appreciation, transitioning from a used sports car to a blue-chip collectible. The 993 represents the perfect synthesis of classic engineering with modern refinement, creating a vehicle that rewards ownership with decades of reliable service and appreciating value. Number 2. The 991.2 Generation 911, the ultimate daily supercar. The 991.2 generation from 2017 to 2019 represents the most refined iteration of the modern water-cooled platform. While the shift from naturally aspirated to turbocharged engines for base Carrera models was controversial, the resulting performance gains and reliability scores have solidified the 991.2 as an ownership favorite. The 991.2 Carrera and Carrera S utilized a new 3-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six. While purists missed the high RPM wail of naturally aspirated engines, the 991.2 provided massive improvements in real-world torque availability. The base Carrera produced 370 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torques available from just 1,700 revolutions per minute, while the Carrera S delivered 414 horsepower and 368 pound-feet. This low-end torque delivery made the vehicle significantly more livable as daily drivers in traffic. The 991.2 is arguably the most reliable modern example. In the 2026 J.D. Power Vehicle Dependability Study, the brand was ranked as the number 3 premium manufacturer, with the 911 specifically earning honors as the single most dependable overall vehicle in multiple years. Technologically, the 991.2 was the first Carrera to offer optional rear axle steering, a feature previously reserved for Turbo and GT3 models. By allowing rear wheels to turn opposite to front wheels at low speeds and in the same direction at high speeds, The system makes vehicles feel both smaller in tight spaces and more planted on highways. The interior saw introduction of PCM 4.0, which added Apple CarPlay and multi-touch operation, making it the first generation with truly modern smartphone integration. The combination of reliability, performance, and technology makes the 991.2 the ultimate daily supercar. Number 1. The 718 Cayman GT4, the purist's mid-engine savior. While the 911 is the icon, the mid-engine 718 Cayman GT4 is widely considered the best handling car in the current lineup. The 982 generation GT4, launched in 2019, was a response to outcry over lower-end 718 models moving to turbocharged 4-cylinder engines. The GT4 utilized the 982 Evo engine, a 4-liter naturally aspirated flat-6 producing 414 horsepower at 7,600 revolutions per minute. Unlike turbocharged engines found in the Carrera, the GT4 engine focuses on throttle response and high revving engagement, with an 8,000 revolutions per minute redline. The GT4 was designed as a track weapon that remains usable on public roads. It features a massive 50% increase in downforce over the previous generation, largely due to a new functional rear diffuser that generates 30% of total rear axle downforce. The mid-engine layout provides a level of balance and steering precision that makes the car incredibly approachable for novice drivers, while offering extremely high limits for experts. The weight distribution and low center of gravity create handling characteristics that even the 911 cannot match. For owners, the GT4 represents one of the best financial decisions in the current market. Because of its status as one of the last naturally aspirated manual transmission sports cars, it holds value exceptionally well, losing only 21.8% over 5 years. It offers 90% of the performance of a 911 GT3 at a fraction of the entry and maintenance costs. The GT4 demonstrates how proper engineering creates vehicles that reward ownership through exceptional driving experiences and strong value retention. The overarching theme of ownership is total cost of ownership, determined by a model's inherent mechanical robusticity and position on the depreciation curve. The model's identified as best reward commitment to maintenance with unparalleled longevity and driving emotion, while the worst punish owners through expensive failures and poor value retention. Understanding this hierarchy helps buyers choose vehicles with power plants that reward rather than punish ownership. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.